Hi there everyone and welcome back to the channel. I thought it now is a good time to do another Palace Daily, a long-awaited Palace Daily. I don't think we've done one of these for well over a season now, obviously with COVID and all the stuff that's been happening in the world. It's football obviously died down a bit and we're obviously doing live streams at the time. So Palace Dailies, I'm going to be doing more of them now, guys. Sorry for the long-awaited video, but I thought now's a good time with international break to kind of reflect and briefly look at the season so far, get my thoughts, and hopefully you guys in the comments give your thoughts and we'll be able to push on and get more content out after this. I just really wanted to just talk about things so far. I really feel like there's a lot to be positive about the club at the moment. I think the signings, the transfer window, obviously it's the first time I've been on here since deadline day. Overall, so happy. I'd give it a 9 out of 10, our transfer window. I think the only thing not making it a 10 would be a backup winger, someone to properly replace Andros. I know that Elise, when he's fit, will probably be more of a wide man than in the middle. And Eze would probably more, in an ideal situation, Eze would more likely be the one behind the striker, the man playing in that role, pushing forward in the midfield. Alongside Gallagher, that would be my ideal too there, with someone sitting behind like either a Gyro or a Will Hughes or a Luca. Anyone could fit in behind there really. So options are plenty, guys. Options are plenty. But I really do think if we got a backup, even on loan, we still have a loan spot available. So maybe in January we'll look to get someone in January. It'd be great if we could. But yeah, if we got a backup or just on loan, a winger, that would be a 10 out of 10 window for me. But all in all, if there's any Palace fan unhappy with this window for whatever reason, you know, at me. I want to know your reasons for it, because I think that all in all, from the get-go, as soon as Vieira stepped in, and I was very, very worried. Well, I wouldn't say very worried, but I was quietly concerned, I'd say, when we did sign Vieira as manager, like, okay, this could really go one of two ways. And it still can go one of two ways. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to get carried away with anything. We've had an okay start to the. In fact, I'd go more than okay. That draw with West Ham makes it a good start for me for the season. Obviously, the Brentford game is the one where we thought a draw. Ideally, we needed 3 points in that game with the run coming up. I totally get that, but I think for what Vieira is trying to do, completely revolutionising the club at the moment, as in he's trying to instigate a tactical style and a familiarity which has got some similarities in parts with Hodgson, but all in all it is mainly, especially in attack, it's a completely different system, a completely different style and a completely different look at how he wants the game to be played from a Palace point of view. He wants to be on the front foot, wants to be pressing hard up the pitch, winning the ball, high tempo, going forward. Similar to, as you see, almost a lesser version of like the Cities and the Liverpools, and all the top teams play that sort of style of football. And it is the way that I think for success you've kind of got to go. You see now the fitter teams in the leagues are the ones that do better come the end of the season because of the system. I guess the downside, the flip side, that would be Hasenhüttl with Southampton. Obviously, they had a massive collapse at the end of last season. But all in all, if you are a fitter squad, you're more likely to have the energy, obviously, to go throughout the season and to knock teams off as you go along, you know? So he's got that to deal with, Vieira. He's had to deal with us only having 15 players in contract when he signed, 14 or 15 first-team players actually at the club. All the others had been released or sold. So he knew he had a massive job in his hands to work alongside Dougie and alongside Steve Parish to bring in signings to replace them, and not just bring in them to replace them, but in key areas we needed to bring in players to better the squads and to better what we had already. And to do it all in the window, to bring in the players we have, they all fit the criteria beautifully. We were the oldest team in the league last year, had to fix that. Our average age has gone down by over a year, I think, just with the signings that have come in. I think we're down to like 28 years old, or 27 years old, sorry, in our average age. And that's come down by a whole year from the start of last season, purely because of the age we've been buying. I think the oldest player is Will Hughes, 26 years old. And it's mad that Will Hughes is 26. I think to get him for roughly 10 million or so is a fantastic business. A Premier League proven player who is still 26 years old, and it's crazy because he's been on the scene forever. So I'm very happy with that. And I think, again, not necessarily a starter off the bat, but he is a fantastic squad player to have. And it's the point I was going to come on to. The signings that we've all made means that, as I've mentioned, we're there with the midfield three that I'd like to see, and the one of Gyro, Will Hughes, Luca, any of them playing in the DM role. We have got so many options now in the squad. It's so exciting and refreshing to see. We've got options. We can change systems, and you're not thinking, we're going to have to kind of put square pegs in round holes to fit this system. Under Roy, that felt like the case. We had MacArthur on the left when at times in a 4-4-2 when we didn't have fully fit players, and you just felt like when we were trying to do a new system, even if it was just for one game to face a certain opponent, you felt like we weren't prepared in it, and we weren't fitting it. Under Vieira, it feels like we can change things up, and we have the players to do it. And West Ham was a great example. We were obviously poor first half, and in the second half we turned it round, and he made changes early. He not necessarily tactically changed, but subs early. He felt we had to change the game, and we had to change the direction of the game was going in. And I think it was great management in that second half. And obviously the halftime team talk worked, and Gallagher had an amazing man of the match performance. My player of the season so far. I know we're only 3 games in, but in the games he's played, he was man of the match against Brentford for me, and he is the same against West Ham. What a start. And he's already turning into a fan favourite, and he's only been here for 3 games so far, but we've got him for a whole season, guys. I mean, I'm buzzing to see more Gallagher. So all in all, the signings, we can fit multiple systems with these signings. Edouard was the main one for me, getting a man of his talents for about 15 odd million pounds, when last season he was being tipped for 40 million and linked with teams like Leicester. Unbelievable bit of business. Obviously Brighton were linked with him heavily as well. We beat them to him, and I really do think, I know it's a massive change for him. He's only 23 years old, remember, so again, another young player, and we've got him on a 4-year contract, which is brilliant. And I'm almost certain we'll make profit off him come the end of his contract, or if he does go to a new club, hopefully it all goes well for him at Palace and we don't sell him. But definitely chance there to make money on him as well in further down the line, of course. But looking at the here and now, obviously it's a big step up from the Scottish Premier League to the English Premier League. It's a massive step up, and him scoring 30 goals a season in Scotland, as amazing as that is, and is a really promising sign to show that he knows where the back of the net is, and that is so good to see, because we've had Benteke's been misfiring for a while now. He had a good end to last season for sure, deserved his contract extension in my opinion, but has struggled to find consistent goal scoring form for a long time now, and that has been our big issue. And this season we've seen it. I think from box to box we've been brilliant in large parts of the games we've played so far. Not so much the first half against West Ham, of course, and at times against Brentford we were sloppy. But again, you've got to give Vieira time in this, because he's building, as I said, it's literally a revolution at the club. It's a complete change in what we had as little as 6 months ago. It's a massive turnaround, and that has to take time, because changing so much so quickly, it's going to have a period of bedding in, if you like, and I think we're doing really well to get points on the board playing this system so quickly, in my opinion. Probably because a lot of the players here suit the style already, which is great to see. But, box to box, I think we've been brilliant for large parts of the season, as I said, and it's literally been, for me, the final piece of the jigsaw is that goal scorer, that last cross, that last ball where the goal scorer is there and we'll put it in the back of the net. I do think that is the missing piece of the puzzle for this system to really thrive and work, and that is what, there's been glimpses of that this season. That's all we need, and I really hope that Edouard is the man. I really do. I think he has potential to be fantastic. He's got pace, strength, good in the air, has got a cracking finish, been in pinpoint accuracy. Obviously we've all seen his highlights from Celtic and the sort of finishes that he can provide a team, and I really hope that this is the start of a brand new era at the club, and that we, in the next 4 or 5 years, when we're looking as a consistent top half of the table side, maybe in Europa League or something as big as that. Obviously, don't want to get carried away, but if all goes to plan and things work out, this is, I think, the basis of what could be a steady trajectory for Palace, and I really, really hope it works out. Backing Vieira to the hilt, well, obviously not to the hilt, I'm going to obviously be sensible and judge him, and be as neutral as possible in my judgment of him, and try not to be too biased in my opinion. But he's growing on me massively week by week at the moment, and I hope more than anything it works out with Vieira, because I think that what he's trying to implement in the club, the way the players relate to him from the training videos you see, it's all fantastic to see, and it's just really exciting. It's really exciting, and I'd love to know your thoughts, guys, down below. Please comment more. I do want to wrap up this video by saying you're waiting for the first watch along of the season, the first matchday vlog of the season. it will not come this weekend against Spurs, I'm afraid. It will probably be the first match day vlog of the season. Will probably be at home against Brighton in a few weeks' time, which is going to be quite exciting. What a way to start things off for this season on the channel in terms of the vlogs. But this Saturday I would be at the game, but I have got quite a special announcement. Don Robbie, the Don Robbie channel, obviously Robbie from AFTV, Arsenal Fan TV, formerly Arsenal Fan TV, obviously got his own channel. People like Expressions, Spurs Fan, you know, they've the best of frenemies. You know, they've got their thing on there, and he obviously does watch-alongs, Robbie, and he's asked me to come on for the Spurs Palace watch-along, which is obviously the early kickoff on Saturday, for me being obviously the Palace representative on that watch-along. So I will be there on Saturday. Do tune in, guys, around to midday. Obviously, it's a 12:30 kickoff, so tune in around midday for the watch along on the Don Robbie channel. I will be on there, and hopefully, we'll get a few Palace fans who aren't at the game watch it along with me and Robbie. And I'm not sure who the Spurs fan is who will be there yet, but please, if you're not watching the game live, come over onto the stream and watch it with me and the guys, and hopefully you can get a few of you in the comments or in the chat, and we can just have a chill thing, and hopefully it'll be a really good result at the end of it. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we can get something out of that Spurs game. It'll be very tough with the way Spurs have started the season. We've got a tricky run ahead of us, but all faith in the Vieira boys, and hopefully we can have a good game. So please tune in on Saturday at the Don Robbie channel, and yeah, guys, please like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down below on the season so far and how you think things will go in the future. Onwards and upwards. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.